You know what this episode is about, right? Don't you? Because I do. This has to do with the voice of reason. You're listening to episode 7. Welcome back to the show, everybody. If you don't know what this episode is about, we're about to start right here. The machines have taken over. And you know they have, okay? Before we start talking about money, we're going to talk about technology. And this world is it's taking it too far. It's gone too far. You know that. You're probably a part of it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? All right. Well, because if you don't, that's too bad. Because we're going to talk about it anyway. It's all around us. It's right in front of you. Every time you. When you listen to music, it used to just be music, right? You used to turn on the radio, you used to put on the jukebox and put on your favorite CD, your favorite album. We still do that. How about we destroy every other technology except for music, huh? Because it seems that the machines are already, it's a part of their day-to-day life. And people are more concerned with technology than human beings. And doesn't that make you feel bad? Doesn't that make you feel like the world should not be this way? I know that. You know that. So when you thought that we were going to talk about something very lighthearted, it would be great to just do that. But this is going to be a little bit of a serious episode for you folks, and it's no laughing matter, that they're building robots. They're replacing humans, and what they're doing is they want everything to become mechanical. They want everything to be a cog in the machine of the planet Earth. It seems that we've gone on several topics here to talk about love and everything that has to do with our planet, but we can't go further into the next topics without talking about this first. And I think if anything needs to change in order for this world to become a better place, we need to realize how we as a race of people have let the machines take control over our lives. And think about it. You guys are meeting each other online. You're not meeting people in person anymore. And what's going on? You guys think dating is so important, and why aren't you just, old school, right? No, this is new school. Okay, this is the technological age that the future they warned you about, okay? And you guys act like you just don't care. Well, some of us still care, and that's why we're here. So, yeah, maybe we can make it a little bit funny, but it's not so funny. When we think about it, it's really not, We sit around and waiting for the next surprise. Well, guess what? There's no surprise. You guys have doomed humanity by letting these billionaires get away with what they want to do. What they want to make is more machines, more distractions, okay? That's exactly what they are. They've come into your homes, and when you go outside, they're everywhere. They're all around you. Everybody's on their damn phone. It's not funny anymore. It never was. Not the first time. And it certainly won't be the last time when it comes down to man versus machine. Okay, but that's the world, and it's already begun. It's already right here. Where'd you think you were going to escape to? Another planet and there would be no more machines? No. They think they're so technologically advanced that they still can't even, figure out how to stop it. Well, guess what? Get rid of those satellites up in the air. You take down all the servers. Every database network that has to do with your daughters are not your daughters anymore. dating isn't dating anymore. But you want to talk about something that isn't going too far? Every topic that we've talked about is about going as far as we can go to get to the bottom of it and figure out exactly how we're going to get right back to the top as humanity. Because how are we going to do that? If we got technology on the table, if that's what's in front of us and that's what's tearing these lovers and families and friends and the entire ecosystem, there's that word again, folks, apart, then guess what? Then you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Because you're feeding into it. You're feeding into what they want you to do. They want everything to be cataloged, archived, and basically everything you do is you can't take it back. You can't take back time and turn back the clock and say, hey, none of that ever happened. No, we didn't become a civilization that was very uncivilized. It had to do more with our phones and all our devices and digital love, and it's not love. You call that dating? Get out of here. Come on, seriously? You met these people online and it ended online, okay? You know what they say? They say the way you meet someone is the way that you're going to leave them. But it never ends well, does it? You met someone through the digital age, and then when it turned out you met them for the first time, it was beautiful, right? So beautiful because it was fake. And in your imagination, you believed every delusion in your mind that you said that, oh, it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. No. You met better people in person. You had better relationships when this stuff wasn't happening. Okay? This is the dawn of a new age, and are you going to let that technology and those devices get in the way of your life, your happiness? Because true happiness has nothing to do with whether people like or subscribe and do what you want them to do, man. Okay, gentlemen? And ladies, for goodness sake, if they're ladies at all. But these gentlemen need to be treated very gentle with their hearts and their minds, and their minds and their hearts are warped by what they see these women doing. These women are criminals. They're getting away with way too much. It has to do with the click of a button. They can do whatever they think they want, right? That's what they think. But the men have been waking up. We realize that this is just nonsense. We don't need women to be like this. We don't need the world to be like this. The fathers are crying, like, hey, how dare these, they have no self-respect, okay? And so they're getting away with getting rich off selling their I don't want to talk about this, but you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you, gentlemen? And the simps, as they call them, they're buying into this crap. It's all stuff and nonsense. And you want to keep this going for the next 10 years, for the next decade, century, millennium? No wonder they're building robots to replace these chicks, man. You know why? There's no reason behind that at all. It has to do with money and control. And so that's going to be the next couple topics that we start talking about here in the next few episodes. But it has to do with whether these human beings respect human beings at all. And you tell me, how can these men respect these women now? Because look what they're doing. They're putting on way too much makeup. They're going out, they're drinking and partying and using men's money at bars and clubs. They're just using men. They're scavengers, okay? And now maybe there's still some good women out there. But just because I said good woman and you're listening to this doesn't mean that you are. Okay? Now, the men, we know what we're talking about. We're more educated. We're more well-rounded. We actually have a legacy that will withstand the test of time, and we've made things, so we'll be remembered. In terms of making technology, that's a different story. Those are people that are taking the world and turning it into what they want it to be. This is the future, you know? We're not living back in the good old days where everything was slowly getting to this point, but it's gotten to this point now, and where's it going? Where's it going to go? Where exactly is the human race going after this? Because next year, that's the question we're all going to be asking ourselves. How did it get to this? It's because nobody put a stop to it. Nobody stopped it from taking over the world. So next time you log into your computer and you do this and that, and you think that you're spending your time wisely, or your money for that matter, when you buy the next device or the next machine, guess what? You just made that guy, the head of the company, the CEO, you just made the designers all the more richer. And they're sitting back, they're laughing in their beautiful armchair, and they're not wondering how they got so what? Don't ask those guys what they're doing with their time and their money. They're you know what they're really doing? They're investing in nobody, not even themselves. You know what they're doing? They're sitting pretty, you know, and they get to go on trips around the world, and nobody questions them and what they're doing. But we know exactly what they've been doing. They've been putting these things into your children's hands and saying that it's okay. Is it okay for your kids to pick up things that are no longer toys? Okay? These are instruments of your demise, and you want to keep going on this way and say that the future is not here. It's here, baby. We're all a part of it. So what are you going to do? You don't need that new phone. You don't need that new device that, everybody has one. No, I got to have one too. No, you don't. For what? So you could fit in? Fit into what? Their plan? And I think that's another thing we're going to discuss as well. What is their plan? Okay? Because this is already, it is what they wanted it to be. It's not what the people want. But because it's on the market, and because people are buying it, all of a sudden people want this. You can't want this, people. You can't want man versus machine, okay? So tell me what you do want. Do you want peace? Do you want love? Because that's the main thing here. We're going to start talking about better topics here, but the main thing is we need to find a solution. And the solution is to find these people that are making these things and put them on trial and give them no parole, because what they've done is criminal, and you know it. These it's tearing the world apart, and it has to stop now. That's all I have to say for this one. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.